Um, whew, it's been a day. It's always a day here. I feel like it's a good day. It was raining a lot here. There's a lot of rain that we got today. Um, I'm going to actually share this while I'm waiting for some people to filter in. So if you're out there, please say hi. Let me know that you're out there, but I'm also going to share this over to Facebook since we're not streaming on Facebook again right now. Hey, Kimberly, thanks for joining us. Give me just a few seconds here. We're going to get this um, going over here and let people know we're live. Here we go. It's probably not going to show that to anybody because Facebook does not like you leaving Facebook, but we're going to at least post it and do our best. Hey, Marianne, thanks for joining us too. Let's see here. All right. So how's everyone doing out there in YouTube landia? We always say Facebook landia. How's everyone doing in YouTube? How are y'all doing out there? Life is pretty good here. We are more wild things happening. The first thing I will start out saying is that we were contacted by one of our customers that said they have been getting calls on their caller ID saying they are coming from Allegory Gallery. We have not called that person. So someone is spoofing our name. I don't know why. I don't know why anyone would do that. We're such a small business. It doesn't make any sense to me. But it seems like somebody is doing that. Now, we've only had one report of this. So I hope it's not a widespread thing, but I wanted to put that out there to let people know that that is happening. We do not cold call people, and we are not going to be calling people unless you call us, and then we'll probably return your call. I mainly text or email, and we only call from our store phone. Um, we're not going to be calling you from any other numbers. Don't answer anything from us if it looks like it's from us from like an 800 number or any of those kind of scams people try to do. Um, it can be fairly easy, I think, to spoof a name. Like I can go in and um, in our business cell phone account, and I can write in how I want our caller ID to show up. So it's pretty easy for anybody to do that. Um, Marion says, besides, you usually text or email. Yes, we text, we email. We do not call people. I don't talk on the phone. Um, so I just wanted to let people know that that's happening. It is not us calling people out there. I have to see, because I'm not at the store, obviously, every day. I don't know if we've gotten any people calling us saying, hey, we've seen you've called us, we're calling back. The person who contacted us didn't say what the phone number that the actual calls were coming from was. So I don't know that they're spoofing our phone number, but they're spoofing our name, which, like I said, is a pretty easy thing to do. So that is not us. I just want everybody to know we are not out there calling people. So if you get a call that says it's from us, please let us know. It's not us. We're not calling. We'll text you. We'll email you. Email is another thing. Like I said, I don't know why anybody would do that for a company as small as us. What they would get out of that, whether it's just an attack on us because of politics or because of who we are. We've had this in the past where people have done things like that to us. Um, you never know. So, all I will say is if you see something that seems weird, it's probably not us. It's probably weird, and just you can let us know. But you know, kind of if you can, report those kind of things as spam. If you do get emails from us, please check the emails that they are actually coming from info@allegorygallery.com. People can spoof emails too. They look really, really similar sometimes. But when you hover, generally when you hover over the from, they will have come from some weird, place. So just keep that in mind. If people are trying to do this by phone, who knows if they're going to try and do it by email or any other way. We do have a text message list. Um, so if you are on that, there is a text message list we will text you that way. But generally, we do not call anyone unless you have called us and we are returning your call. That's the only time we generally reach out by telephone. So please just keep that in mind. Like I said, this is maybe not a huge deal. I'm trying to hope that it's not any kind of huge deal. But, with everything going on between things being hacked on my debit card and, all the things that are going on in the world right now and politics and the state of the world, I am just on a little bit of a high alert in my brain. So, um, yeah, just keep it in mind, and let us know if it happens to you too. We would definitely want to know about it. Um, Kimberly's going to get a jacket since I'm freezing. It's been warm here today. It's chilly in this room. I have my blanket on, but it has been like 60 degrees today, which was very nice. But it was so rainy and so gray. I'm just like, I want the 60 degrees. I want some sun. I need some sun, but it is so wet outside. There are like some pretty kind of major puddles forming on the roads out there, and it's it's been it's been a rainy few days, and it's not supposed to stop anytime soon. I think we're gonna get one reprieve day, I think on Saturday, if that's still the case. Um, Let me take a look here. Oh no, it's moved to Monday now. So not going to get a reprieve until Monday. And Monday is the only day in 8. Monday is the only day in 8 days that we're going to have a break in precipitation. So that's pretty wild. A little bit scary sometimes. Let's see. Norma's here. Hello, Norma. Thank you for joining us. Susie's here. Hello, Susie. Thank you for joining us. Um, let's see. May karma get them, says Marianne. I know, right? Let's end all this craziness. I don't know what is happening. I know we can be a target. We have been a target in the past, whether it's because, we're gay, whether it's because, you know, we're just a small business. People think it's easy, whether it's because of politics. We've been put on do not buy lists before. And so I don't know if this is a bigger thing. I don't know if this was some fluke of a thing. I can't imagine it was some fluke of a thing. But yeah, it's very strange. Um, and I don't know why that was happening. Now, the person who told us this was having a problem with their email at one point. So it could be that I'm hoping they didn't get hacked and somebody's spoofing us because they know they're a customer of ours, and it might just be a incident related to them. I don't know. I don't know. So if you get a phone call from us, it's not us unless you called us and we're returning your call. Susan's here. Hello, both Susans are here. Hello, Susan and Susan. The creek is quite high, says Susie. I have not driven by, but I imagine it is because it has been raining. Like I said, I came back from the cottage here tonight, and there's an intersection by Sheets, and there's like this giant puddle on the pavement, which normally is not there. So it's raining quite a lot. So this is, I hate when it rains for days on end. It's nice here. Went on a walk today and I was so hot. Yeah, it's supposed to be like 68. 68 on Friday, so 68 tomorrow, 72 on Saturday, but rain until Monday. And then it's going to get into 67 on Monday with beautiful sunny, it says. Sunny day. Then back to rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Cloudy on Friday and again on Saturday. rain. So we'll see. Hey, at least it's warm. At least it's warm. Don't have to have the pellet stove going, which is super nice. Um, and that's nice. I could be there today without having to worry about that and filling that up and cleaning that out. So that was good. And I got some stuff done at the cottage today. I have another headache today. It's no wonder with everything going on, but I kind of woke up with, I slept in, I took some NyQuil last night, which I've been feeling like I've been fighting off a cold or something. Um, and do you ever have that where you feel like you're fighting it off for days? Like it's not actually grabbed on, but you feel like you are just constantly fighting it so it doesn't latch on to you. That's what I feel like I've been doing for the last few days. Um, and so um, I don't know if that's what part of this headache is, but I took some NyQuil, knocked myself out last night, slept in again today, a little bit more than I wanted to, but needed it. Still woke up with a bit of a headache and have been fighting that today, which is not fun, but when your life revolves around computer screens and phones like ours does, as far as everything I do, shipping, packing, checking off orders, it's all screen all day, all the time. And so I'm a little bit out of it, but I've been taking Tylenol. I can't take much ibuprofen or anything like that. Um, so been trying to do that. I have not been sleeping very well because of all of that. In addition, probably to just the stress in general of everything that's been going on between debit card hacking and vendors overcharging and and now this is on my mind. So um, it's been an interesting time. Mercury retrograde can go away, is all I can say. It needs to go away. But I'm gonna say this is like three things. They talk about things coming in threes. Three things. Let's be done with it. Let's move on. Right? Let's back into good territory again. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Um, so that's the thing. Susan says, I'm here for a bit, but we'll be going to a neighborhood meeting in a bit. Nice. Well, thanks for joining us. Us Susans stick together, says Susie. Nice. It's been rainy here too, says Susan. Sunday is supposed to be sunny, though. Good. You're getting it Sunday. Looks like we're getting it Monday. Um, we three Susans of the AG Bead fam, right? Yeah. Marianne may get sleet and rain tomorrow. Oh, Marianne, you gotta get warmer up there. You gotta get warmer up there. It is nice that it's warming up. I took a bunch of pictures of flowers today. I went out with the cats today, trying to spend a little time outside before I got cooped up back into the office again. Um, and it was nice to spend time out there with them. They run around, and it's a pleasure to watch them have fun outside. So that was fun. Even Gilbert went out today. He didn't stay out for very long, but he went out. He ventured outside, um, and so that was pretty cute. Uh, and they've been getting along. They've been getting along okay. Uh, there's still some chasing happening here and there, but the more it seems like that Gilbert stays around them, even if he's up on his cat post, um, he stays up there mostly, but the more he's out there with them, the more they calm down. Hopefully, it seems like that's the way it is. So they are they're doing better. It's not perfect yet. Gertie's still trying to chase him, and when she starts, sometimes the other girls really kind of attack. Um, but she chased him, was it this morning? And the other girls, they were just like, nah, we're not we're not doing this. So that was good. So I'm hoping that things are calming down. Um, and he stayed out of the bedroom last night mostly, I think. Um, so he stayed out all night with them. I think when he disappears into the bedroom with us and then comes back out is when things get worse. So I think leaving him out if we can, as much as possible. He doesn't like that, but it might be for the best to make them be with each other more. We thought we were kind of protecting him by bringing him into the bedroom, and he likes to sleep with us at night. But I think sometimes that throws things off, maybe. Hackers are evil, says Susan. Yes. Also said a good night's sleep is not a luxury. You know, it's really shouldn't be, right? Um, and so, you know, I've always feel guilty for sleeping in sometimes when I sleep in that much, but obviously I needed it. And it did help to take the NyQuil. And well, I don't take NyQuil. It's a different one for my heart issues. I have to take a specific one, but it does help. It's pretty much the same thing. And so that did help. Saturday is supposed to be warm, says Marianne. Nice. That's good. Marianne says the girls think Gilbert is getting special treatment when he's in the bedroom and they aren't. Maybe, but Barnaby does the same thing. Barnaby is in there every single night with me, pretty much. And they don't pick on him as much, but he does also fight back. So that's the other thing. Gilbert tries to fight back, but then ends up running. And Barnaby just kind of stands his ground a little bit more. So maybe that's part of it. But the girls, they would come in. They do sometimes get to come in, but they don't get to come in as much because they're naughty. They don't go to sleep. They just stay awake, which is not ideal when we're trying to sleep. Susie says, sometimes my cat Blue chases after a couple of my girls. I would put him in a crate to punish him for 5 minutes. Now, after he chases the girls, he goes in the crate on his own. Go figure. Yes, Tallulah does that now. If she chases Gilbert, she pretty much immediately either runs to the crate or runs up to the bathroom, because we do put them in the bathroom too and lock them up in there because there's a litter pan. We put a litter pan in there for them and water and all that. So if they chase him, they know that they're going to be in trouble, and they usually end up putting themselves in the crate or in the bathroom. And they've also, though, gotten to the point where I don't think they want to be in there. And so while they'll do that, they also, I think, they're starting to weigh whether that's worth, whether it's worth it to do it to him or not. So I'm hoping that's the case. But yeah, it's not easy. Hey, Len, thanks for joining us. Glad you can be here. So that's that. My day has not, I mean, it's been exciting in some ways. Finding out that someone's spoofing our phone number, or at least our caller ID, is not ideal, but hopefully it's not a widespread thing. So we'll see. We'll see if anybody else comes up with anything like that that's happening. But that's what's going on there. Andrew has been working on some new little paintings, collages. So if you haven't seen those, he showed one on this timeline. Those are going to be available. I should have those online tomorrow. So hopefully y'all like those. They're really cute. He's doing a really good job with those. So he will have those. I think we're going to put those in the online store tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what we're planning to do for an art drop. We have I think 1 or 2 of his beaded brooches that we haven't put into the art drop yet, because we're waiting to get more of a grouping of things. So we'll be adding some of those if I get time. So yesterday, if you missed the afternoon show, we showed a lot of fun beads, and like super fun, colorful, like these kind of things, colorful like this. And we had them in mostly 2 different sizes, a bunch of different colors. Let me pull out. here are like these. So we have so many different colors. Andrew is working with a new vendor that imports these, and we got really awesome colors and patterns and fun beads, very colorful things. I think so many people are looking to move away from winter especially, and just these kind of darker times, and moving into this colorful, this burst of color. I've gotten a few emails from people talking about them. Um, Originally, the idea was I was just going to take these to the physical store tomorrow and put them out at the physical store. But I think I've gotten so many requests for them from people who either can't watch the lives, they don't like watching lives, they don't have the time, they're busy to watch the lives, um, that they want to order them online. So I think I'm going to take pictures of all of them either tonight or tomorrow, and try and get them into the online store for a debut tomorrow as well. We'll see if that happens. It might not be until Saturday or Sunday, but I have a lot to do. I'm trying to work on some people's orders that are trying to that need things to go out, and I've been compiling stuff. I got some done. Working through headaches has not been easy. Um, and I'm going to still be, normally I don't work on orders at the shop, but I have a number of orders that I'm taking up to the shop tomorrow to try and get out before the end of this week. Um, so I'm trying to get lots of stuff done. Um, and I definitely have to get Andrew's art drop ready for release tomorrow afternoon. And then hopefully I will also get pictures taken of the um, of those colorful beads. The acrylic, that's the word, the acrylic. Len says, so should we not order? Yes, you should order them from the live if you want them, because that is, you'll get first dibs. So if you you can wait, but I will be taking all the orders from the lives out before I post them into the online store. We only have limited quantities of all of them. We could possibly reorder some, but it will take a while. So luckily this vendor seems to ship pretty quickly, but I don't know. I don't know if there are minimums or things that we have to do for that. So if you want something, definitely order from the live, because I have a few emails already that I have to work through tonight of people who have ordered from the replay, and I will be doing those, and then I will be doing anybody else who sends anything. So you will get first dibs. You can order in the online store and you can wait, but if I don't get them out until Monday or Tuesday or Sunday, whenever I get them out onto the online store, any live orders are going to take precedent over that. You always get first dibs, y'all. You know that. So yes, send in those emails if there are things that you want. Like I said, I have a few that I need to go through yet. And yeah, so that is what's going on. I wasn't going to put them in the online store, but so many people have been asking, and I figured if people want these, I may as well do it, right? Whatever, I may split them up. I may also put only half into the online store and keep one or two strands of each or so for the physical store. That's something else I'm considering doing, so that I do have some of these for the physical store, because I really want to inject some new life and new color and all that good stuff into the physical store too, for people who are coming in up there in Johnstown. So what I do put on, and the other thing I thought about is the online store. They may only live in the online store for a limited time. I may do a limited time release, so that people can grab them if they want to, and then they will go into the physical store. We'll see. If there's a big wave of people that want to buy them online, then we will probably leave them there and reorder if we can or when we can, to add more. So that's That's all up in the air depending on how popular they are and what people are doing with them. If I put them up there and after everything only get a few orders, I'll probably take them off of the online store. If it seems like something people are ordering quite often and really enjoy, and we need to restock or get more colors or whatever, then they'll probably become more of a permanent thing in the online store. So we'll just see how it goes. Um, yeah. So I wanted to let you know all about that. Um, I had every intention of setting up the creative make-alongs today, and I did not get to that yet. So maybe we'll be doing that tonight, but I think I've got a lot on my plate for tonight, um, including probably resting. So we'll see. Marion says more colors. Ooh, yeah, there are, I think, more colors, and I think there are more patterns. And the things that Andrew grabbed, I think, is just a fraction of what could be available to us. I'm pretty sure. Um, he said there were other things that we could get into too. So I don't know what all is available. He was the one, making those relationships with the vendor, and he picked these out. So um, I think people are really liking these. Like I said, I think people are ready for lots of color, and I think that I'm seeing more people designing with more colorful things, and I think it's going to be a fun thing for people. I know I'm excited by them, and I think our price points are really good on these. $6 a strand and $4 and $6 a strand, I believe it was. So um, really fun. And if you missed the live yesterday, do check a replay. You can skim, it's on YouTube. You can skim through it and just look at the lots as they're laid out. You don't have to listen to all the talk. It's great if you do. We get viewing credit for that, that people are watching. But if you just want to see the beads, fast forward to the beads where they're laid out, and we lay them out on the desk, and just go through and check out the ones you want after they're all laid out, then jump to the next batch that's all laid out, check the ones you want. um, so you can do it like that. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you don't listen to everything that I say, especially if you just want to grab some beads. So that can make it very quick. There were, I think, 48 lots yesterday. So 48 lots, 48 different colors, patterns, in the beads. So they're fun. They're really fun. I finished stranding up everything last night. So things are all stranded up, ready to go. If they go into the physical shop, I'm going to be making tags for them for that. But right now, they are as they are, and they're ready to go. And so I'm excited to, I want to get pictures of them and get them loaded up into the online store because, like I said, a lot of people are asking about it. But like I said, until that happens, I will take all um, emailed requests from the lives before I put them online. So what gets put online is only going to be what's remaining after all of you and all the live viewers uh, get theirs. So you'll get first dibs. Um, there are some colors that were already getting low and some designs that were getting low already because they're just popular. They're more popular. So that's the way it is. I'm trying to think. Book Club, April 10th. The Glassmaker by Tracy Chevalier. Um, don't forget, start reading if you haven't. I need to start reading or start listening something. But that's going to be April 10th. We're going to meet on Zoom for the Inspired by Reading Book Club meeting, and we hope you'll join us. And yeah, yeah, I think that's the thing right now. Like I said, Andrew's going to be dropping some artwork tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And that'll be in the online store as well. Like I said, I'm hoping that the colorful stuff is in there so you can all combine stuff if you want to, make it easy. And other than that, just I'm doing my normal working on orders, and we appreciate all the orders and all of the support, especially right now. This is some of the hardest time of the year. February was a, I feel feel like we're still in February. I don't know where February went. February is and was always a hard month. And March is often not much different until we start getting warmer and sunnier, and people hopefully start coming into the store more often. Um, so we appreciate all of your goodness and all of your support through all of that. So thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, I've got some goodies for y'all tonight. I hope you like them. I've picked some random stuff for you. Um, I will show you a few of the lots from yesterday. For those of you who are like, what are you talking about? I held a few up here, but I will show you a few once we flip the camera around. Please share this with your friends. Our viewership has, I don't know, we don't seem to get a lot of views on Facebook normally, but since we have not been streaming on Facebook as well as YouTube, our views have been down. It's funny. Um, we were wondering if streaming software affected our viewership at all, but it seems like ever since we've been going just YouTube, through the YouTube app, just on YouTube, our views have actually been much less, even on YouTube itself. Um, so I don't know what that is about. Uh, our views for our videos are generally higher when we use the streaming software. So I'm going to work on getting that up to date and working this weekend, I hope, and move into the new or different streaming software. We've used it before, but we're going to continue using it. And so, yeah, I don't know why that is. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's because we schedule it with that a little bit in advance sometimes, whereas these, I don't know how to schedule them in advance right now. And like I said, it's not even that we're getting, I mean, we are getting fewer people watching throughout the video, it seems like. But usually we only get one or two on Facebook, or so it seems. Maybe it's lying to us because the numbers are lower since we haven't been on Facebook. But even on YouTube itself, as I look at the views, total views for each video, they are lower when not using the streaming software, which I thought would be completely the opposite. So, I mean, it's good to know that the streaming software doesn't seem to be affecting viewership, at least here on YouTube, or at least not negatively affecting it. It may be positively affecting it. I don't know. Or maybe people are just not watching as often, which is entirely possible. I know we're having a very rough week as far as a lot of things going on, so maybe other people are too. But yeah, it's very strange to see all that and what's going on. I caught up on some Apple news, so I've been watching some videos and reading a little bit about the new laptop that came out. It's actually um, it's kind of a much better deal than I originally thought yesterday when I was talking about it. And so I'm kind of excited to see how it does in the marketplace. Um, it's an interesting computer, and um, I think, you know, the more I think about it and the more I look at the specs of it, I think it could be a very good computer for a lot of people. So, um, yeah, that's interesting. So if you've been following my news on that and my talking on that, um, the MacBook Neo seems like a fun thing, and um, and it could be a very worthwhile computer for a lot of people, especially if you never have had a Mac or you just have an iPhone and you want a Mac. Um, Depending on what your use case is, it's actually probably going to be pretty nice for a lot of people. So I've been doing that in my spare time, which is not much, but usually before bed, or you know, as I'm packing and shipping, I watch YouTube a lot, and so I've been today. I was listening to a lot of people out there and what they had to say about it. So it's very interesting, um, and a lot of people who were, PC, mainly PC oriented uh, creators out there. Some of them are like, I can pretty much only recommend Apple right now if you're looking for um, a good computer. Um, Soon said this new iMac versus an iPad Pro. Not an iMac. It is a MacBook, a new MacBook, um, MacBook Neo versus, if you're talking about a MacBook Neo versus an iPad Pro, the actual iPad Pro, it really depends what you're doing. Um, Vastly different things. Um, Vastly different things. Vastly different use cases. Um, so the MacBook Neo versus an iPad Pro, totally different use case. And crazy different price points. You're looking at $599 for the Neo versus an iPad Pro, what starts at around what 11 or 12.99 without a case, without a pencil. Um, Whereas the Neo is a computer, a full-blown MacBook. So it really depends what you're doing. Yeah, that's what I would say on that. That's not really a it's not really a comparison between those two. Um, the more comparison would be like whether you want a MacBook Neo or a MacBook Air. Um, you probably know if you want a MacBook or an iPad, um, depending on what you're doing with it. So, but yeah, hit me up if you're looking for a suggestion. I'll let you know. Let me know what you're using it for. Um, so that's that. Just that's the kind of thing that I do in my spare time, not spare time, during work usually, that I listen to kind of stay informed and feed that part of what I like, the tech stuff. Um, but yeah, so I'm going to show you some lots today. We're going to do some giveaways today, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy them. What have you all been up to? Andrew made a really good lunch. So Andrew got some um, uh, dehydrated, I think dehydrated mushrooms. So there's this place called Ramen Bay, BAE, and he often gets, not often, I think we've only done it 2 or 3 times, but he gets these packages of stuff that you can add to make ramen or add to your ramen. So if you already get ramen, I think they sell ramen too, but if you have other ramen, they have all these components that are like he's got these dried mushrooms and different spices and things like that, and you can add it to the ramen. Um, and today he used it with rice, and I think there was a little bit of seaweed that he put in there with some mushrooms, and made kind of like a rice dish for us for lunch, which was really good. I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner. I didn't get a chance to pick up anything, but yesterday I picked up stuff to make spaghetti. Um, so we do have that if we want to make that, but he will probably, I'm guessing, make something else with the rice that is left over from lunch. And so what'd y'all eat today? Did you have anything good to eat out there? Um, that was a good lunch. It was a filling lunch. I'm getting hungry again though already. I've been pretty hungry lately. I don't know why, but um, we had that, and like I said, I took the cats out today, and we played around in the yard and played with sticks, and they were jumping. Tallulah, Andrew probably has video. I think he was taking videos. Tallulah's jumping around, and it was super cute. It was good to spend time with them. They don't always get to, I don't get to see them all the time very much. I kind of wake up and I usually sit at the computer for a little while and do some emailing, usually sending out an email or checking things online, sometimes making posts, and then I'll um, kind of get ready to go and then run up to the cottage, and I don't see them the whole time I'm up there. And then I come home for the live, and I see them long enough to like feed them before the live, and then I don't see them again until I come out of the room from the live, which is usually at around 11 or 11:30 at night. So it's nice to hang out with them a little bit. Marianne had pizza again. There's nothing wrong with pizza again. I could go for a pizza again right now. Norma had a burger and hash browns. That sounds good. I love me some hash browns. Um, yeah, I do love hash browns. I love potatoes. I would never want to have to give up potatoes. That's one of the things. I'm like, please, no. If I had to give up potatoes, I don't know what I'd do. Probably have to go back to meat or something. I don't know. um, yeah, I don't know. Santa Fe soup, says Kimberly. That sounds good. Kimberly, by the way, put out a video. Was it today or yesterday? Recently, um, a tutorial video. So if you haven't checked out her channel, um, oh, it just said my chat was disconnected and now successfully connected. This is the other thing. I don't understand why I'm streaming directly on YouTube and the chat things keep cutting out. I hope I'm still here. It looks like I'm still here. Kimberly says, yes, it was this morning. I thought it was today. I watched it during my ride down to the post office to drop things off today and head up to the cottage again. So it was a nice tutorial on leather, making that leather bracelet, a braided, beaded leather bracelet. It was good. So if you haven't checked out her channel, My Beaded Bliss, go over there and check it out. See what she has to do. We like to support each other here, right? Support each other in the AG Bead fam. It's good times. A lot of you are making some really beautiful things lately. I went through the design challenges group a little bit today. I don't know if anyone else is having this issue. I often look at Facebook on a computer, and I don't know if most of y'all do that or not. The app doesn't seem to have problems, but I do most of my replying and that kind of work on my computer, and I've been having a really hard time scrolling through Facebook on the computer. Every time I scroll, like when I get into the design challenges group and I can scroll for about 3 posts, and then when I go to scroll, it jumps me back to the top. And so I can get to about 3 posts, and then there's a post somewhere that is like sticky. And when it hits that, it jumps back to the top. And if I really push fast through that post, it'll jump below that post for a few more posts and then keep jumping back again. So there are posts that it's very hard for me to see. It's been doing this now to me for probably the last month or so. And I don't know why or what the reason is. I don't know if anyone else is having this issue or if y'all watch or if you load Facebook up on the browser or not. But on Safari for me, it's on every one of my computers. It's not just one of them. I have a really hard time. Now, I have not tried Chrome or any other browser to see if it's an issue there. So I need to try that. But it's really making it hard for me to reply to some people. There are some posts that I really cannot see until like Facebook resorts it in the timeline and I can actually see it. And I don't know why. Um, so I've been trying to reply to people and trying to like things, but it's having a very hard time. Kimberly says, thank you for sharing about it, William. Of course. Of course. Hey, Leslie. Thanks for joining us. Glad to see you here. Norma says, I watched it, Kimberly. Oh, good. Yes, support our AG Bead fam out there. Go watch Kimberly's video. Give her some views. Give her some likes. Go subscribe if you haven't already. No reason not to subscribe to our friends, right? Make sure you're subscribed here to us. A lot of people think they are, but then they realize they're not. So check that and make sure that you're subscribed to us. That really helps. Leslie says Facebook and Insta has been glitchy for months. I know my Facebook scrolling has been a pain. Especially like in the D-stash group. I have a really hard time doing the D-stashes some nights, um, because it won't let me scroll through the group properly or scroll through comments properly. Hey, Susie. Another Susan. Another Susie. Um, Kimberly says, subscribe to AG on both my channels. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that. Um, yeah, so that's life here in the AG world. Um, Andrew's been making art, and we're going to be debuting his things tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, which is a nice thing, and yeah, have fun. We're gonna have fun with some new stuff from Andrew, some new artwork. Um, if you saw, did you all see the little preview he posted of that? What'd you think? What do you think of the artwork? It's super cute. It's in line with some of the larger pieces he's done, but these are going to be priced much less than some of the larger ones. The larger paintings, collages that he did like that, I think were 98, and then he had a smaller version at 78. Um, but then I don't know what he's pricing these at. He hasn't told me yet, but I suggested some things, and he's like, that's probably still too much. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Marion says, oops, we'll check out your channel out after the live. Nice. Thank you. Check her out. Make sure you do it. Yeah, so that's what's happening to us today. And I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you're having fun. I hope the weather's good where you are. It's really rainy here. Susie said that our creek, our crick, we say crick here apparently, right? I always say creek. I grew up saying creek, except for very specific names, which were never said correctly. Andrew always talks about there's a place called Yellow Creek here, and everyone says Yellow Creek, Yellow Creek. And so when we first came here, even I say Yellow Creek because it's like the name, but it's Yellow Creek. And Andrew's like looking for it on a map at one point, and it's like Yellow Creek. He's like, I don't see a Yellow Creek anywhere. And we get there, and he's like, oh, Yellow Creek. Okay. So yeah, the creek here is very high apparently, which hopefully we don't get any flooding, but we have like 8 days of rain. So I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. Leslie said, just had a bowl of coffee ice cream, LOL. Ooh, you're gonna be hyper, hyper. That does sound good though. I could go for some ice cream right now. Yeah, I think that would sound that sounds pretty good. I would like some ice cream. Maybe not coffee ice cream because that's gonna have caffeine in it, right? Inevitably gonna have caffeine. So maybe something not quite as caffeinated. I know chocolate has a little caffeine, but I could go for some. I don't know. I don't know. There's one. I forget what it's called from Ben and Jerry's. Our sheet sells it. That's why usually when I get, ice cream, it's usually in the evening, and the only thing available is sheets. And I go there and I get it, and I think it's rock. Is it a Rocky Road? I don't know. It has or half baked. There's a half baked. I don't know if that's the one I get or not. But it has lots of good fudgy stuff in it, and I'm not usually like that, but when I'm craving that, it's usually that's what I'm craving when I'm craving ice cream or sweets, and I get to that point, it's usually that I want the chocolatey fudgy goodness stuff. Kim says that sounds so unbelievably delicious. Now I want ice cream, says Norma. Leslie says, no, caffeine doesn't affect me. You know, caffeine used to not affect me. I could drink as much caffeine as I wanted and then go to sleep. Like it almost had the opposite effect. Like I could sleep. And then I got anxiety. And I don't know why, but suddenly caffeine makes me anxious. It doesn't really, I feel like it doesn't give me a lot of energy or anything like that. It doesn't make me buzzy, other than anxious, that kind of buzzy. And I don't know why, and I don't like it, but I do stay away from it now. Um, Marion says, coffee ice cream, yum. I know, I used to love coffee ice cream too. Kimberly says, I do have some caramel pretzel ice cream in my freezer, but coffee ice cream sounds better. Caramel pretzel sounds pretty delicious. Pretty delicious. Um, Kimberly says, I like Ben& Jerry's fish food. I haven't had that one. Um, is that the one with the gummy fish in it? The Swedish fish? Is that the one? Um, hey, Diane. Thanks for joining us. Says, for dessert, I am having Haagen-Dazs dark chocolate black cherry ice cream bar. Ooh, that's for dessert. What'd you have for dinner? That's a nice dessert. Um, Kimberly says, caffeine does not affect an ADHD person like it does normal people. Yeah, I seem to realize that. I used to drink lots of caffeine. Um, and like I said, I would just go to sleep. It wasn't until my anxiety got bad that caffeine affected me in a negative way. Because I didn't really have anxiety until really super anxiety kind of until we kind of moved this way back to Pennsylvania. And then I started realizing I had a lot of anxiety, and I don't know why. Um, but also, things became much more serious in life with our own business and all that stuff going on. So, um, yeah. But before that, I drank coffee and caffeine like it was my job. Um, but I could always still like just go to sleep afterwards. Um, Chicken Alfredo with some roasted tomato pesto added. Ooh, that sounds good, Diane. Um, let's see here. Kimberly says fish food is chocolate, caramel, marshmallow, and the fish are fudge. Oh, I don't know why. I thought there was one that had Swedish fish in it. Maybe I'm wrong. Marion says might have to buy ice cream tomorrow. I might have to buy ice cream tonight. I don't know. I might have to treat myself. Maybe that's why I'm not feeling great. I haven't had sweets. I don't think so, but um, maybe it is. Hey, Ann. Good to see you here, Ann. Thanks for joining us. We're just about to get started here with the show. I'm going to review some of the things from yesterday. I know some of y'all may have missed it. I am not. Um, I'm not. I'm just going to show them to you. If you want to purchase anything, replay the video from yesterday. It's a lot of fun stuff, very colorful, beautiful imported acrylic beads. And if you want them, um, get them from there first. Like I said, we're going to probably be putting them on the website sometime, hopefully this weekend, if I get to it. I'm hoping to get to it, but you will get first dibs by ordering them through the lives, always. And it says, I had roasted asparagus, carrots, potatoes, and green beans. That sounds delicious. I'm kind of envious. I love asparagus. We don't eat it very often, and it's technically not something that's good for gout, but Andrew doesn't seem to have problems. It doesn't affect everyone the same way, but Andrew doesn't seem to have a problem with asparagus because he's had it, and it's not seemed to given him a gout attack, but we kind of don't buy it as much just in case, you know? But I love me some asparagus. Um, Let's see here. Susan had nachos. I almost bought corn chips today to make more nachos, and I still might. I might be doing a Dollar General run tonight or a Sheets run tonight. We'll see. I'm kind of feeling very snacky, and I kind of want both, you know, salty and sweet. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. Leslie said, I missed you yesterday afternoon. I had a Zoom meeting. The lucite beads look really fun. They are amazingly fun. They are so colorful. And the more I look at them, the more I want to make things with them. Even if they're just like simple earrings, I think they would be so much fun and easy to sell. So we'll see. We'll see what I end up getting up to. This weekend is all going to be about getting Andrew's artwork and those and some other things in the online store, though. And then if I make other things, I may put up some earrings for sale or something like that. Just you know, I want to create. I think I want to create a spot in the online store for some not so expensive jewelry that I make. Just to, you know, I've been putting up some of my bracelets and things, and people have been buying those. I had some earrings for a little while. I don't know if I still have any out there that some people bought, but I want to make some fun things that aren't that expensive for people who just want quick little gifts and things like that. We don't really make we have some of Andrew's necklaces and things in the online store, some of his finished jewelry, at least we used to. We don't do so much of that anymore, but I think I want to make a little collection of things that are finished at various price points for people too. So we'll see. Susan says, I am so tired, might need to go lay down. I feel you. I slept in today and I am still tired, but a headache will take it out of you. And I've had a headache for most of today that I've been fighting off. Let's see here. Nachos are on deck for this weekend, says Susan. Nice. Sounds good. Sounds good. I might have to make some tonight. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you all for tuning in. Let me flip this camera around. Susan's got to run. She's got a meeting. Catch you on the replay. Thank you, Susan. Hopefully you have a good meeting. And I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to take a look at first the beads from yesterday, some of them. We had 48 lots. I can't show them all to you, but I'm going to show you a little diverse grouping of them so that you can see what you may have missed out if you missed yesterday's show. And then we will go ahead and start with the live tonight, the actual selling portion of the live. If you've not hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up and let's go ahead and make this happen. All right. Flip this around and flip this around. There we go. Turn on our lights. Light it up, light it up. Okay. Let's see here. What is going on? Let me get this here. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but I did. All right. And let me grab my bag of goodies here. So these are some of the things that we showed yesterday. If you missed the live, I'm just going to pull some of these out. I just have a small-ish collection here. I actually have quite a few of them. But if you missed any of these, you might want to replay yesterday's live. That was during our afternoon live. And these are so much fun. We sold a number of them. People, like I said, I still have some emails to go through yet. That I haven't gotten to. So I'm still tabulating. If you've sent in an email already and you haven't gotten a reply back, I just noticed a few more here earlier. I will get back to you. But aren't these fun? I love them. And they mainly come in the three kind of styles. There's this one, there's this stripe this way, and then the polka dots. I can't believe I don't have There's another style which is a star, and I forgot totally to bring one of those up here with me. So I don't have the stars. There are stars as well. And so these are some of the beads that we had on the show yesterday. And if you missed that, they're super fun. I want to, kind of point out again too that these are really well done. They don't have a lot of bleeding from color to color like sometimes you see in the acrylic beads like that. When they're combined, they're really uniform, and they're just, I think they're going to be a joy to play with. I was talking a little bit yesterday about how designers are doing a lot of the kind of let's just say like neutral colors. So a lot of big time designers right now are going with beiges and whites and blacks and very simple. And this is a great way to infuse with color, to infuse your look with color. And like I said, these are super lightweight. Like just making these, put a head pin in there, make a loop, make these into earrings. Super easy to do, add a lot of color. You can mix and match. You can do asymmetrical earrings with these. That would be really cool. There's so much that I think you can do with these. And I hope people are getting excited for them. I think they're really fun. And I'm excited for them. I can't wait to see how I'm going to play around with them. I don't usually make things with so much color and, you know, just vibrance like these, and I'm really excited to play with them. So it's going to be breaking me out of my normal style, I think, a little bit, and I think that's a good thing. So I'm going to put these back away. But if you missed anything yesterday, definitely check out that replay and find some fun stuff. The big ones are $6 a strand for the big four, and then these ones for the smaller polka dot ones are generally $4 a strand. So got really good prices on them, I think, and I think it's gonna be something that's fun for everybody to play with, and a lot of whites in here. So if you're doing with Cloud Dancer, there's a lot of colors that you can bring into your design using these, which is also really nice. So if you missed that, hopefully you'll check that out and catch a replay of those. And like I said, I am going to be putting these into the online store, and you can wait until they are in the online store if you want to. But everybody who orders from the live will get first dibs on any of the colors and anything they want. I will be sorting those first. So that's how that works, because y'all get preferential treatment, right? Being our AG Bead Fam Live viewers. But once they go in the online store, I will stop taking orders for them from the lives. I will start redirecting people just online, because they will be separated at that point from the, say I bag everything up with the tags. They will be separated from their tags once they go into the online store, and they will be renumbered for the online store inventory. So that means it's harder for me to track everything and sort everything out. So once they go online, they will be only available through the online store. Okay, taking a drink. One moment. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Let's see here what's going on. Let's, oops. Okay. Checking here. Checking here. Okay. Well, there's some news. So it's like one thing after another sometimes, y'all. So I just got news from the online store that the processing fees on our cards are going up in next month. So next month it will cost us more to process your credit cards in the online store. Isn't that grand? Um, Always something, right? Always something. I don't know who thinks the economy is great right now, but it is hitting small businesses very hard lately. I will say that. I know a lot of small businesses who are really having a hard time of it right now. It seems like we take the brunt of most of these, wonderful happenings. I'm going to cut a few more pieces of paper here. Sorry, I should have done that before. And Miss Norma's comment, that one stripe reminds me of a beach ball. Yes, we were talking about that yesterday, how, was it Marianne said it reminds her of like the ball with the seal balancing the ball. They're really fun though. And you do get that impression right away, of course, but the more you look at them, that kind of starts to go away. I feel like that's what I saw at first too. But the more you look at them, the more that goes away and the more fun they feel as far as just being a fun design element. And I think they'd be great. Like I was saying yesterday, I think they would be great for people making jewelry for people on the beach. I mean, they're acrylic, so they're one of those things, they're going to be like an all-weather wear. So a little bit easier to wear. You don't have to worry about them like pearls or anything on the beach or in the water. And they're just fun acrylic beads. So I think it's going to be a good thing. I hope so anyway. All right. Are y'all ready? How's it going? How's everybody doing out there? Yeah. So I'm going to reiterate real quick in case you weren't with us in the beginning, because I said this at the beginning. We got a notice from one of our customers that somebody was spoofing our phone number to them. The caller ID kept coming up as Allegory Gallery, but it wasn't us. So I just want you to know, if that happens to you, we generally do not call people. We call people only if we're returning your call. So if you get a call that says it's from us, it's probably not, unless you just called us for some reason. We text through our text messaging app generally, or even our phone in the store, we text back, or we email you. So if you do see that come up, don't fall for any scams, please. We don't want anyone falling for that. That's the main reason we tell people this. Just know that is going on, apparently, at least to somebody. Okay. Today, our lot numbers are going to be NBD lots. NBD lots. All right, because I've not used that one before. And this is, we're selling these, well, let's see here. How many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got 18 of these. These are a howlite, non-dyed howlite cube. Really cool. Came from a vintage strand. We were selling these individually, So they would have been $9. Why did I just, that's not the marker. This is, I got a brand new Sharpie today. Look at that point. Oh, it's so nice. Would have been $9. I'll bring it down to $7 for y'all if you want. NBD1. NBD1. And these are, there's my calipers. These are 10mm beads, and they're these lovely cubes. NBD1, non-dyed howlite. I know some of y'all like that non-dyed howlite. Also for Cloud Dancer, these are really cool. So $7 for the group of 18 beads if you're interested in those. Send your email to info@allegorygallery.com with NBD1 in the subject line, and that's how you claim those. Okay. And we also want to thank our friend who did let us know about the phone number thing happening. If anything weird ever happens like that, please do let us know. We always would prefer to know what's happening. This is NBD2. And this is a strand of these beautiful fiber optic glass beads. And they give you that chatoyant effect. They are about 4.5 millimeters. And look, I've got this ruler today, so I can actually see my ruler. And this strand is 12, about a 15.5-inch strand. NBD2. I've been pulling some of that vintage jewelry that we were talking about a little bit every day. I just pulled one or two. I can't remember if I pulled many today. I'm going to give this a really good deal on this one. $10, NBD3. It's this very funky vintage plastic, vintage lucite, vintage plastic necklace with these chips, vintage plastic chips, and also these long beads. And this is super fun, super funky. Lots of brilliant color in there as well. These beads, the big ones are about 13.5 by 29. And the chips, they're around 11 or 12 millimeters. Really cool. One available, NBD3. What do I have next? The string is just falling apart. Okay, I have 3 of these available. These were 28. I'll bring them down to 20. 3 of these available. These are a rose quartz, graduated strands of beautiful rose quartz. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-inch strands of rose quartz. They're graduated mainly from one end to the other, but they've got just various sizes on them. And these beautiful vintage strands. Nice quality rose quartz. They are pretty intense in color, which is nice. They've got some really nice color to them. That's one of the other strands. That one's got some even more chunkier beads on it than the other one. And then this one is one of the smaller. But they all have varying size beads on there. I just put this one out because it's got some big ones, some little ones. And that's NBD 4. $20 a strand, 3 strands available. Now these are ancient quartz that was excavated in Mali. They're about 1,000 years old. You're going to get 4 pieces for $16. I do have multiple lots available of these, and we will just pick you out randomly 4 pieces, but I'm going to give you a sampling here of what you could get. So it's like 1,000-year-old quartz excavated in Mali. And we have, I don't know why I can't get closer. And so that would be a sample of what you could get with those. Oops, get that up there. 4 pieces, $16. That's $4 a bead, which is a really good price for something that old and something of that kind of nature. They're more kind of collector's items. So that is sorry, I just something came up on a notification. Okay, so that is those NBD 5. NBD 5. All right. Let's see here. Let me put one away. Those are the non-dyed howlite. $7 for those. And I'm going to put 2 away, which are $4 for these beautiful glass fiber optic beads. And then NBD 3 is this large necklace, which you can take apart very easily and use all of those funky citrus-like. If nobody grabs this, I will probably use this in a bracelet for myself too. So I've been making those citrus things and I love it. NBD 3. And let's move 4 over here. It's that beautiful rose quartz, and 5 up here. Alrighty. Let's see here. Oops, I'm out of camera. I'm not used to this camera yet on this app. Okay. NBD6. I've got these long strands of beautiful African glass. NBD6. long strands of African glass. This is, these are about 13 millimeter, we'll say, and they are about 23-inch strands. I've got 2 of these available in this color. Beautiful African glass, $16 a strand only. I think that's a really good price right now for African glass. Those prices are going up and up and up as well. $16 a strand, 2 strands available, NBD 6. All right. I have, how many of these available? 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 4, 8, 12. Let me see. Okay. We had these at $1.25 each, which would have made this stack $15, but I will take this down to 10. These are the last of this very high-end strand of turquoise that we had. These turquoise heishi beads. Very beautiful strand originally. It was a very expensive strand. We sold these for $1.25 a bead. I have these left, these 12 of them left, and they will be, instead of $15, we'll make them $10 for you all. They are approximately about 11 millimeters at the smallest. I think this is the largest at about 12 and a half. So there they are, NBD 7, $10 for those. Natural vintage turquoise. And we just sold NBD 7, so thank you so much. I will put those away. Thank you, thank you. Breaking the seal tonight, we appreciate it. Okay. And let's see here. What is this? What do I have here? These are cool. Let's see here. We'll do these. This is $5 for the pair. These are these dream catchers done in metal. And they have a little bit of a loose wire still on each one, and they come with a feather that you can incorporate other beads or incorporate the feather into if you want to on your own. NBD 8. Oops. It's hard to get a picture of these. Susie says that rose quartz is really pretty. I wish I liked pink. I know, some people don't. You and Marianne don't like the pink. So $5 for the pair of these. This part is already done. And then you can use the rest of the wire that's on this to wire in any other things that you would like into the dream catchers. And that is NBD 8. I'm going to go ahead and put 4 away. That rose quartz, very nice rose quartz. And we'll move this down. This is the Ancient Quartz, NBD5, $16 for 4 of those. We have $5 for NBD8 and $16 for the African glass. All right, these were 28. I will bring them down to 22. These are beautiful cowrie shells. Very pretty shells, very nice quality. Beautiful color in these. Gorgeous color. Beautiful strand of shells. This is, again, a vintage strand. Was $28 for the strand, bringing it down to 22. One strand available. This strand is a 15-inch strand, and these shells are approximately 23 by 17 and a half by about 11. Beautiful cowrie shells, NBD 9. Let me go ahead and put 5 away. And these are some of the other, here, I'll do it this way, the bag is some of the other beads you could get in the very ancient quartz. NBD5. Those are from Andrew's stash. And NBD6. Where's this? The bag for the African glass. All right, let's move 8 over here. I didn't give you the measurements of these, I don't think. These are about 30.5 millimeters by 34 millimeters on those, by the way. Let's see here. I have 4 of these. They were $8. I will do them for 6. Andrew says, you picked a fun assortment of things. Hey, Andrew, I tried to pick a fun, this is very assorted, and these keep falling off the camera. Vintage Czech glass. I tried to get very random tonight. I just like, oh, I like that tonight. Oh, I like that tonight. Oh, I like that tonight. And says, I love those. Me too. Me too. This kind of blue center. Andrew says, so mod. I like the clear and blue. Yes, me too. These are 5.7 by 26 millimeters. Nice long 4-sided kind of tubes. 4 strands available. Was 8, only $6 now. Vintage Czech glass. Really good deal on those. We don't normally go down to $6 on that, on those strands. NBD11. Make great earrings. What do you say? Would make great earrings or a bracelet bar, for sure. A bracelet. It's hard with this camera. This camera is doesn't let me zoom in. Sorry, I can't give you as much detail as I normally do, y'all. All right. People like the Star of Ishtar beads we generally have. I found a strand of these. They are $12. I'm going to leave them at $12. These are these beautiful Star of Ishtar check glass coins, and they've got this kind of some of them are blue, like this flashy kind of blue-green in the inset. These are kind of a magenta, and then there's yellow or gold. And so those are some of my favorites that we imported. I know. Love, love, love these. And these are kind of a more matte-like version than some of them. Some of them were really shiny. Some of them were matte. They're about 14.5 millimeters. And, excuse me, and we've got one strand. That's it. NBD11. We sold NBD11 real quick, multiple times. Sorry, I've only got one. Thank you so much. I will take that away. Wish I had more of those for y'all. Interesting. I think we were one of the only places to get them here in the U.S. for a while. Yeah, we had them early. Andrew imported those right quick when he saw them. Not too many people had them at the time. NBD 12, $12. Come on. If I can get these. There we go. There we go. Okay, oops. What's going on here? Next up. Oh. Sorry, everyone, my color on my screen changed. And also, my camera, that's so weird. It's not taking up the whole screen anymore, which is strange. You know, it's like one thing after another here lately. I'm just happy we're able to be here with y'all. Since I've been working on my new collection of artwork, I was talking to them about that, how we're debuting that tomorrow, debuting those pieces tomorrow. These are these little, I feel like these are like peeps or something. These little partridges. And this is a $12 strand. They're very cute, I think, and very pretty shell, thin. And that's NBD 12. The strand is a vintage strand, and it is about 14 inches. More, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Lucky number 13 on there. And each one, it's weird because they kind of hang this way, so I'm going to measure them this way, is about 32.5 by 16 millimeters. NBD 12. And it says that would go well with the AG Fine Pewter Wavy Toggle. There you go. I don't think I have one of those up here. I have my bag of AV pewter, but I don't think I have any toggles right now. How's the artwork coming, Andrew? He's working hard at that. Are y'all working on anything in specific lately? Or specifically, anybody making anything? What have you been up to? Y'all are so quiet tonight. Exceptionally quiet tonight. What are y'all up to? What's going on? How come everyone's so low-key quiet? Something else going on? Nobody's talking about their day much. Nobody's been, I don't know. I feel like everyone's so quiet today. Did you do anything exciting? Anything happen to y'all? Cameron says, you know me, just processing tax data. Leslie's quiet and working on tax prep. Playing games while watching, says Marianne. Yeah, everybody's just so quiet. Just so quiet. Okay, these are Lamport Glass by Bronwyn Heilman. NBD 13. Lamport Glass by Bronwyn Heilman. And they're these beautiful, tiny little Lamport glass pieces. This is hard to see on this, but they have, I wish I could get, I don't know. Do they have another camera on here that I'm missing something? I don't think they do. No. Okay. Anyway, they have these tiny little rings around them. Andrew said they're made from recycled bottles. You can see these little rings of like frit around them. And they're so dang cute. The smallest of these, they come in, I think, kind of like 3-ish sizes. The smallest one's 5.3. Then 5.6. What's this one? 5.6. 6.5. And 7.2. This one is 6.8. And 7.6. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beads, $14 for the 7 little Lamport glass beads from Bronwyn Heilman, made out of recycled glass. Hey, May, thanks for joining us. Lena's doing split screen looking at the acrylic beads too. That's good. I like that talk. Check that order. Check that out. Make an order. Andrew says she's an artist out of Tucson. She's mostly known for her enamel portraits on glass. She's also known for using unconventional materials. Susie says, I'm so fatigued anymore. I hardly talk to anyone anymore. Well, you can talk to us. You can talk to us. I like conversation. Anybody reading any good books? We used to talk a lot about books. Reading any good books? Got any recommendations? Watching any good TV shows? We watched, I needed something silly last night, so I started watching, again, The Upshaws. I don't know if you've ever watched that or not, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It had us cracking up last night. Started watching the newest season of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of these. I'm going to do these individually. These are Ocean Jasper. They were $3 a bead. I'll bring them down to, whoops. That's not a good, let me rewrite that because that looks, I don't want anyone to think I'm trying to trick them. These are $1.75 each, down from $3 a bead. These are from some exquisite strands. I know some of y'all have bought up all of the other strands that we had. I found these. We just had a few of these in a loose box. And these are exquisite old ocean jasper. You don't often see it with so many beautiful colors anymore and patterns. They're $1.75 a bead. There are 12 beads available. This is it. I don't think I have any more. I've sold all the other strands, as far as I know. This is $21 would take the whole lot if you want them all. Let's see here. This is, MBD 13 has just sold. Thank you so much. Anne says, Bronwyn recently made some wonderful beads with the Bill of Rights on them. That's awesome. That's really awesome. And let's see here. Okay, that goes there and that goes there. Let's move these over. And these beads are approximately 13 by 18 millimeters. We've sold one of these so far, so there are 11 of them left. 11 of them left at $1.75 each. And it is exquisite quality. These are, we got, it's like, when we saw these, we knew they were special, and we bought all of them. So we've had them for a while. I think they were 30 or 40 some dollars a strand when we sold them by the strand. So being able to get some at $1.75 is a really good deal, and we're glad we can offer that to some people. Andrew said, the presentation in the Enamel Society did a talk with the woman who helped make the pips on Star Trek. She also did other jewelry on the show. Her name is Terry Brudak. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, I think we just sold the rest of those. So NBD 14 are sold out. Thank you so much. I'm going to remove those. Okay. That's cool. I wanted to stay around to watch that presentation with Andrew, but I didn't get a chance. I had to go. I had to work. I had to work. I like when I can watch them with him, but I had to get to shipping that day. But that's really cool. Hopefully, I can catch a replay of that. So she's making some really cool futuristic inspired art jewelry. Nice. Nice. Yeah. The last Enamel Society, I had already done some stuff in my day, so I was able to watch it with Andrew. But this one, I was behind on my work that day, so I had to go. But in our line of work, watching things like that is work, more for Andrew than me, because he makes more of the enamel stuff than I do. But this is Angela Arrier. These are Lamport glass beads by Angela Arrier. $20 for the set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 beads. That's a good deal. 12 Lamport glass beads for $20. Andrew said this one hardly had any enamel and it was mostly about technology. See, now that I should have watched. I'll have to catch a replay. But these are really cool. Artisan Lampwork Glass, Angela Arrier, NBD 15, $20. One lot available. And she says at the end she put one slide in with enamel. That's funny. Oh, I love this strand. NBD 16. Andrew said those are supposed to be Viking beads. She makes reproductions. Oh, reproduction Viking beads then. That's cool. I didn't know that. So she does a lot with the SCA. Next up, just one strand left of this beautiful, oh, I love this color. This beautiful green, minty green, large size check glass. You can see that was the old price, $31 for the strand. Leaving it at 31 for you, one left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads on that strand. Makes it about an 8-inch strand. That means they're about an inch each, right? In millimeters, they are 22 by approximately 25 and a half. 22 by 25 and a half, NBD 16, only one strand of these left. This beautiful minty green, large size check glass. Andrew said the color reminds me of Luna moths. Yes, it does. It's kind of almost exactly that color. Andrew says at one point she was upgrading her equipment and I got some of her beads to help her reach her goal. Nice. NBD 16 are these vintage check glass. Oh, I found these. Norma, if you're still watching, I found these buttons just to show for you, just in case. I don't think they're quite what you're looking for. But they're green buttons. And I said if I find any green buttons, I'm pulling them for Norma. I think they're not quite right. Maybe. I don't know. You can decide. But they do have bugs on their butterflies. I know you didn't want the dragonflies, but they're this right here. It's a limier green, I think, than what you have, but it's up to you whether it would coordinate or not or work well. But these are NBD 17, $8 a button. We have 3 of these available. Of course, anybody else that might like these too. And it's a glass shank. And these are vintage check glass buttons. The size on this is 27 millimeters. 27 millimeters. And there are 3 of them available. NBD 17. Okay, let me put some of these away to make some room. And just as I like that color combo. The red and the green, it's good, right? Okay, let me pull these out of here. I'm gonna put 10 away. 10 of these beautiful. That acid green with the red, right? It's good. It's a good combo. We sold one of the 17 so far. Thank you so much. I'm going to put the 12 away as well. Those are those shell little, I call them partridges. I don't know. Isn't that what the partridge, is it partridges? Is that, I forget. I feel like that's a record label or was on a record. It looked just like that, I feel like. We sold another 17. Thank you so much. We've got one of those left. I'm going to move these down because we just put these out. These are really nice together, actually. Partridge Family, look like the logo for the Partridge Family. That's what I thought, right? I wasn't sure if they had a logo for the Partridge Family. I guess, yeah, that's what they remind me of every time. Oh, we just sold the last 17. So those are all sold out. Thank you so much. I feel like since we had those acrylic things yesterday, I wanted to show this again. Andrew says, oh, Len says, dang, now I'll be singing I Think I Love You all night. Andrew says, remember when we went to that show in the woods, there was a Partridge Family bus. When we showed up, they said, I hope you didn't plan on making any money. I hope you didn't plan on making any money. It was a fun time, but they were correct. That was kind of fun out there. Yeah, I do remember that. I don't remember them saying, I hope you don't plan on making any money, but May says, yeah, I remember the opening credits for the show. So this is NBD 18. These are these table cut check glass beads in these beautiful blue and black. And I felt like, do I have any of them up here? I don't know if I have, because when we did that acrylic yesterday, I don't know if I have the blue and black ones. But I felt like some of these would go really well or be a nice coordinating with like some of these kind of things. And just, so I wanted to show these again. I don't know if this is the right blue necessarily. Yeah, it's more that other one. But just like to have fun, like how these can kind of combine with some of this kind of stuff to kind of make life fun, right? And you could combine some of this check glass with these acrylics. Andrus is playing with patterns, right? Like playing with patterns and these colors. I don't know, these ones, those might be a little bit, those are probably a little bit bright. I like the lighter blues better. But like, and that's just like, I only have a small selection of them here. I left the rest of them downstairs because I was stringing them up last night. But like, isn't that fun? Like how you could play with that and mix these together with some of those acrylic beads. Come on, get happy, says Len, right? Lewis Wilson said it as we were unpacking the car. Oh, okay. I totally forgot about that. Andrew says, you know, one of the reasons we might be down, seem quiet, is that some of our Facebook people aren't watching. Yeah, and I mean, normally we think we only get one or two. That's what I said at the beginning of this video too, is normally we think we only get one or two people on YouTube or on Facebook, and that's what it says. But I don't know if that's actually true, because we have been much further down than normal ever since we've not been streaming on Facebook. And I think Facebook also maybe notifies people better sometimes than our posts do, that we're live, and then people come over and watch it on YouTube instead of on Facebook. Even though they're not watching on Facebook, they got the notification from Facebook. So I know Suzanne can't watch on YouTube. See, that's that's what I said. I was going to say I don't think we've seen Suzanne for a while, but then I realized why. So anyway, these I think are fun. I got to get us back on our streaming service so that I can get people over there on things. But I think these are really, like, I love these together. So, by the way, if you liked any of those, that was CLR 26, CLR 25, and then CLR 12. If you were interested in any of those specific ones, maybe you've already got the black and blue beads and you want to combine them and play with them, you can grab those too. Interested, I usually see our neighbors on. Susie's here on YouTube. Susie's been watching us on YouTube, our neighbor. Thank you so much, Susie, for watching us over here, since we haven't been able to be on Facebook. Okay. Let's see, do I have one of these? This one's open. NBD 19. These are Preciosa. Preciosa, strand of Preciosa beads. Beautiful beads. Anderson, we got some mushrooms today. I know, I was telling him about that too. The lunch you made us with the new dehydrated mushrooms from Ramen Bay. We've got 2 strands of these crystal beads. They are 16-inch strands. And these are Preciosa crystals from the Czech Republic. They are 9.5 millimeter faceted rounds. And they're $8 a strand. This beautiful blue color, 2 strands available. NBD 19. Andrew says, I made a skunk. They are surprisingly tricky to draw and paint. That's cute. I love a skunk. I think they're so cute. The skunks have been out too, which means spring is coming. Spring is coming. When the skunks start moving around again, you know spring is on its way. I've just sold one of the 19s. Thank you so much. I'm going to put away the Angela Harrier beads, the reproduction Viking beads. I'm going to put away this as well. Len says it was hot today. Was it? We got to 60 something today, which was nice, but it was rainy. I didn't spend much time outside other than that little bit with the cats. Let's see here. Andrew said there's a picture of me somewhere holding a skunk. I think, have I seen that picture? I think I've seen that picture. Kimberly says, note to self, do not add cheese to your soup when you don't really care for cheese. What are you doing? What's happening? Okay. Two skunks were fighting on our deck and woke us up, says May. That's cute. That is kind of really cute, actually. These are $4. Got 8 strands of these available. Andrew says, I love cheese. May says, you're pretty brave for doing that, Andrew. Was it D stinkied? These are brilliantly orange rounds, vintage Czech glass rounds from the Czech Republic. I guess that It means Czech glass from the Czech Republic. Vintage Czech glass, Drux, NBD 20. This is an 8 millimeter bead and just about an 8-inch strand, 7 3/4-inch strand. Vintage Czech glass, 8 strands available. Andrew says, I was little, but they took the glands out. That's good. Kimberly says, I thought I would try something different. You know how your taste buds change, but yeah, still not a fan. I did not know you were not a fan of cheese. Like all cheeses? Just particular kind of cheese? What'd you do? What were you adding cheese to? Let me weigh in on this. What what are you making that you added cheese, and what kind of cheese did you add? Because I do love cheese. Andrew said, there's another picture of me from that time period wearing a big pendant and playing with these seed pods with my cousin. There's 3 of these. We have them at 12. I'll do them at 8. These are vintage Japanese glass. Andrew says, I love so many kinds of cheese. Me too. Vintage Japanese glass. These are really pretty. They're like slightly purple. I used these in one of my bracelets. I love it so much. They have like a white, they have a purple color in them. They have a little bit of speckledy, which is kind of speckledy black and brown. Vintage Japanese. And they're this really cool shape. And you get 6 beads on the strand, and each bead is about 10.5 by 18. Susie says it was 89 degrees this afternoon and a storm came through. The temperature went from 89 to 68 in a few minutes. There was a ton of rain and hail. Thankfully, the hailstones were small. Oh my goodness. That's a drastic drop. Like 20-degree drop. No wonder there was hail. 89. I can't imagine it being 89 already. That's wild to me. Kimberly says, weird thing, I like sharp cheddar on crackers, but I tried to add some shredded cheese to my soup and it is not good. What soup do you have? What soup are you making? Kimberly says, I have a strand of NBD 21 and they are awesome. I love them. They're so pretty. Andrew says, my grandma and grandpa had an RV and they parked it in this place called Lake Marion, and they had a guy who had animals. There was a peacock, and every now and then she'd give me a feather. Nice. We sold one of the strands of 21 so far. Thank you. There are 2 of them still left. Susie said that literally happened in less than 10 minutes. Wow. Kimberly says, I made a Santa Fe soup, which is like a taco soup. You would think, I would think that'd be good in there. I put the cheddar, the sharp cheddar in the taco. All right, this was 32. We will be at 28. I have one of these left. We'll reduce the price on these for you. These are beautiful labradorite. Beautiful labradorite drops. Got lots of good flash. It's hard to catch in this light. What they do have, they're I can't zoom. They're beautiful stones. They're more of a gray tone and nicely translucent on these, and beautiful flash. They are approximately 10, should be 10 by 10. Usually these are the same. Yep, about 10 by 10. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boy, they're really flash. I don't know if you can see them flashing there. They're really beautiful. They've even got some like flashes of like red, which is wild to me. Really weird. Okay. Anyway, what'd I say? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 stones on the strand. Nice high-end strand. $28. NBD 22. Andrew says, some of the Filipino dishes, they get wild and just randomly start putting cheese on stuff, even dessert. Kimberly says, yeah, I'm an avocado and cilantro lover on tacos. I don't even add cheese to my tacos. What? Leslie says, one of my favorite stones. Yes, labradorite, beautiful stone. And these are beautiful little drops. Didn't we have a cilantro debate a while ago, asked May? Yes, we did. We did. Some of y'all love that stuff and don't know the pain that people like me go through when we have to taste soap all through our meal. All through the meal. Soapy, soapy, soapy. I'm going to put these Preciosa away. One strand of those still available. Only sold one. I thought at $8 we'd sell both of those. Nice big strands. And we'll move these down. These are like, I don't know, like the color is so like holographic. It's so nice. This is the same cilantro as a no-go for me. Andrew says, but I guess people do put cheese on apple pie. Yes, cheddar and apple pie is surprisingly good, says Norma. This is because a lot of Asian cuisine has cilantro. Ugh. NBD 23. A lot of Mexican, a lot of Asian. Cilantro, cilantro, cilantro. Ooh. No, thank you. No, thank you. Now, let me get this out. Where is this here? All right. This was originally 24. I'm going to bring it down to 18. This is a beautiful ammonite cab. It is a cabochon, otherwise a specimen. There is no hole, but it is a beautiful, you can see a little bit of fiery goodness right here from that kind of like opalization that happens. But it is a gorgeous specimen. $18. Anderson, sometimes they call it coriander leaves. Yeah, coriander is another word for cilantro. I learned that the hard way. And then Trader Joe's has a whole aisle of items that are all hot honey. Yuck. Hot honey? What do you mean? I like hot honey. Anderson says, I love the hot honey too. Yeah, give me some spicy honey. Beautiful, well-preserved, polished ammonite specimen. Size on this is about 41 by 30 millimeters. $18 only. May says, yeah, hot honey is a big trend. Andrew says, I'll dip my fake chicken nuggets in it. Uh-huh. Sorry if you don't like it, but I agree. Give me some of that hot honey goodness. Okay, this was 60. I'll bring it down to 48. anybody's interested in this, it's a really pretty strand of moonstone. And it's got this almost satiny look and feel to it. But it's just got such beautiful chatoyance. These are beautiful drops. Look at that. So pretty. Beautiful moonstone. And this strand is a 9-inch strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 drops on there. $46. And those drops are approximately 18 by 10.5. May says, I should try, but my tummy might feel otherwise. Yeah, Andrew says, I have to be careful too. I get the heartburn if it's too hot. Leslie says, I just get a little tired that the fad starts and then you can barely get anything else. Yeah, I agree with that. I see that. Andrew says, I could never be on that Hot Ones interview show. Oh no, I've heard of that. Andrew told me about that. Could not do it. Norma says, I had a great sandwich yesterday. It was 3 kinds of cheese with caramelized onions, bacon, bacon and hot honey grilled. Ooh, that sounds really good. That sounds delicious. I will say, delicious. Okay, I'm going to put 20 away. And that was $4 for the strands of those. I'm going to put 21 away. We still have 2 of these available, these vintage Japanese glass beads. And I'm going to go ahead and put 22 away, which are these beautiful labradorite flashers right there. And $28 for the strand. May says, I think Wanda Sykes was on that show. She was hilarious. Yeah, the show I was talking about, the Upshaws? Yes, she is. She is so fun. She makes the show. I mean, the show would not be the show without her on it, for sure. NBD 24. Let's see here. Andrew says, though, we definitely use more spices than a lot of folks. Yeah, we do. We like spices. Andrew's not afraid of using spices. That sandwich sounds delicious, Norma says May. So it was really good. Andrew says, we had a New Year's Eve party that I made black-eyed peas. I didn't think they were spicy, but one of them people wiped her tongue with a paper towel. Yeah, I don't think they were that spicy either. She's just not used to any kind of spice, I think. And she's like, it's so hot. She made it was like a whole routine out of it practically. It was really funny. It was really funny. I will do a slight discount on these. I shouldn't, because they're a really good price. They were 32. I'll do them at 30. He says, I haven't seen the Upshaws yet. The show was, the show was the Hot Ones. Oh. Huh. Yeah, because she's in that too. NBD 25. Beautiful glass beads. I believe these are Javanese glass. Stunningly beautiful blues. Look at this color. Nice, brilliant blue. They've got these canework pieces in them. And this is a very nice large strand. This is an 18-inch strand. And these beads are about 15 millimeter beads. NBD 25, $30 for the strand instead of 32. I can't go lower on that. That is, it's set low as it is already. Let's see here. Len says, chips and salsa instead of ice cream. I shouldn't watch this show hungry. I know, I shouldn't broadcast this show hungry. Because now I want everything. I want chips and nachos with salsa. I want ice cream. I want hot honey things. I want chicken nuggets now and hash browns. Andrew says, I think her name is Maya Rudolph, and I laughed so hard when she was on Hot Ones. Let's see here. It says, you're going to get spaghetti. I know. I'm going to get spaghetti. NBD 26. Says, oh, I got to watch that. Love Maya Rudolph. Yeah, she's funny. Kimberly says, I might need to have some ice cream in a little while. The soup is really turning. Oh, no. And she says, I don't know if she was actually drunk or just acting, but it got wild. Oh, boy. All right. These are another beautiful labradorite strand in this beautiful green labradorite. Hopefully you can see some of the flashes happening in this. It's really pretty. It's a vintage strand. We don't see a lot of the labradorite in this kind of green color. It's often that gray. And so I love when you see this. There's a lot of good translucency through these beads too. And like I said, flashing happening. It's really a nice strand. These are larger rounds. And again, vintage, these are priced really well. Probably wouldn't get this strand for anywhere near 18 nowadays. These are 12 millimeter beads. And just like, look, I don't know if you can see how gemmy and beautiful some of these beads are. I'm trying to see on my screen if I can see. It's hard because I can't zoom in. There they are, NBD 26. And let me go ahead. I'm going to move this one out of the way. No one grabbed that. I'm surprised. These used to sell like crazy. We used to have these in the Etsy shop, actually, when we had our Etsy store way back when. And we couldn't keep those in stock at that quality. Let's see here, make sure we got that. 22, 23. I'm going to move 24 away as well. Leslie says, Maya Rudolph is Minnie Riperton's daughter. Andrew said that was sad that Minnie Riperton died so young. May says, I think Maya has or had a band that sings Prince songs. Kimberly says, Andrew, can it be done? Can what be done, Kimberly? Hopefully we're not missing comments from you again, because I don't see what you asked, Andrew. Andrew just said, what can be done? Maybe the comment didn't pop. I know sometimes the comments don't pop up for some reason. Says, oh, it didn't go through. I seem to have issues with you on that sometimes. I don't know why. I checked to make sure nobody was blocked for any reason. MBD 27. These are a moonstone that are coated. They're coated moonstone in a platinum coating. And they are so nice. We get a lot of people who love these. They usually sell out when we put them in the online store. I've got this one strand. It's going to go into the online store soon. If it does not sell here, I'll probably pop it in there this weekend. Beautiful coated moonstone in this platinum coating. They are very nice, high quality moonstone beads with lots of good chatoyance in them. And this strand is a 16-inch strand, and the beads overall are about 10.5 millimeter beads. NBD 27, bringing that down to $48, down from $60. Oops. I found these. I thought we had sold out completely on all of these. Oh, Dominique's here. I see you just finished a live. I saw it pop up the same time we were live here. How was your live? Thanks for joining us over here. I have one strand of these. $5 only. These are these galaxy beads. It was sassy and fun, says Dominique. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. These gorgeous galaxy beads in this beautiful teal and pink color. This is a very big strand. Let's see, it's 24, about 31 inches, 31 to 32 inches. And these beads are about 6 millimeter beads. Only $5 for that strand. One available, last one left. $5 takes it. NBD 28. Let me clear the deck here a little bit. Again, let's take away these Javanese glass. Andrew asked, did you have a good turnout? Norma says, I have those galaxy beads in 2 sizes. They are fun, right? They are, I think so. I think they're really fun. Put 26 away as well. That's the beautiful labradorite in that vintage green. You don't see a lot of labradorite, like I said, in the green color anymore. Beautiful labradorite. $18 for the strand. And we'll move these. Whoa, throwing my ruler on the ground. NBD 27, NBD 28. NBD 29. What I have left in here? Oh, this is nice. I'll give you a slight discount. I can't do much on these. These are vintage opalite. Vintage opalite. drops. Look at the quality of that, though. You do not see opalite like that. Look at it with these. All right. How about that? So beautiful together. Love it. So vintage opalite, large drops, was 18 for the strand. Doing the strand for you for 16 right now. Oops, that's not my caliper. Those are my calipers. These are about 25 by 18 millimeters, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drops on the strand. NBD 29. That is I love those together right there. Andrew said, those from my stash. I don't know. I don't know. They were in my bag. They're in one of my bags. Don't know. I don't know what your stash, unless your stash is in one place. It's like the whole place is your stash. I don't know. You got to call them if you want them. Tell me to set them aside. There's some on the floor by the door. I don't know where these ones came from. I didn't just pull those from there today. I'll say that. I don't know if I ever pulled them from there before, but I did not pull them there from there today. So I don't know. I don't know. Don't get me in trouble on the live. This is switch profiles. Let's try again. Nice. All right, and then these are just a fun little thing. I'm going to do these for 8 each, and there are 2 of these available. They're tied together. I'm going to show you both strands. These are just a fun little glass flower strand. These are cute little glass flowers. I have 2 strands here. They're exactly the same. And super adorable. $8 a strand. They are 19 millimeter flowers, and there are 8 flowers on the strand. 8 flowers on the strand. Leslie says, good night all. Good night, Leslie. Thanks for hanging out with us. NBD 30, $8 a strand, 2 strands available. All right. Let's see here. Let me put... Andrew says, oh, did y'all know I make herbal teas? I'm gonna start putting some in the physical store. Yeah, we got little jars. Andrew's gonna start selling some of his teas. I hope he makes more of his Go the F to Sleep tea. Andrew once made a sleepy time tea for me that was called Go the F to Sleep. And it would knock my ass out. Let me just tell you right up front, it was better than any ZzzQuil or NyQuil, whatever you want to call it, that you could find, because it would knock me completely out. And so I don't know if he ever remembers that recipe, but it worked. It worked too good sometimes. Marianne asks, blends or single herbs? And he says blends. Kimberly says, I want some. Yeah, he made some. He says, I don't know if we can legally sell them, though. I don't know why not. So I have to look into that. I looked into a little bit, like if you have to have like professional kitchens to make teas, and you don't, supposedly. You just have to do that. So I think you can sell tea. I just looked into it real quick because I was wondering that myself as well. But I'm pretty sure it would be okay to sell the tea from what I've been reading. Okay, I'm going to move this over. We've got some giveaways to do, y'all. Remember, in order to win the giveaways, you have to have an order with us, or have placed an order tonight, or plan to place an order we just can't ship free giveaways. We would go broke on shipping out free giveaways, especially with the cost of postage right now. So we're going to do some giveaways. And then, of course, I'm never ready for questions on giveaways. What kind of questions can I ask? What did we all talk about? I don't know. I didn't talk about anything. I didn't talk about anything I can ask questions on today. This is the first giveaway. This strand of vintage Czech glass. Andrew says I should put in the honey, LOL. Diane said, check into your stage. Cottage industry rules on the tea. We could talk to our, well, I don't know if we want to talk to our, we know somebody who sells teas, but I don't know what all you have to do for that. Question on NBD 23, can it be drilled? That was Kimberly's question. Was that the ammonite? NBD 23, that's the ammonite. Andrew, answer on that? I don't know why my comments aren't going through fully. Could this, how hard would that be to be drilled, Andrew? If somebody wanted to drill that, Kimberly's asking. Let us know. Andrew's the best one to answer that, not me. I think it can be. I just don't know what how difficult it would be to drill. All right, so this is Andrew says hollow core bit. Drill it with a hollow core bit, diamond coated. Kimmy says that was what I was trying to ask him. Underwater or on a soft sponge? It's pretty thick. It's probably going to take a little while, but with some patience, if you do it that way. May says, don't leave the bead world for tea. You gotta keep buying beads, or you're gonna end up in the tea world. Andrew says, drill halfway, then flip it over, and then drill the other side. So that's how you would do it. So it would be possible. Hollow core bit, diamond coated, underwater, or on a soft sponge. And of course, always wear your mask if you're drilling, and eye protection as well. All right, giveaway number one. Let me think. Andrew says, I've been making tea since high school. Let me think of a question. There's not been a lot exciting going on in my life other than drama with stuff. What is the author of the book club book? Who is the author of the book club book for Inspired by Reading Book Club? I asked the title the other day. Now I'm going to ask the author. Here you go. And let me give away here. And Norma got it with Tracy Chevalier. That is correct, Norma. Thank you so much. Let me get another giveaway. I had some ready, but I'm like, sometimes I don't like the things I pull. I want to do a little better sometimes for y'all. about one of these? Oh, let me put your name on that, Norma, before I forget. Andrew says, I've been feeling like I have to return to the land lately. That makes sense. Like we got to get off the digital much sometimes. Spend our time wisely on the digital stuff. On all the time. Let's. Andrew says, "Oh, our blueberry branches started to bud." I was talking about that yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, Andrew planted some branches in water with what's it called? Rooting chemicals, and they're starting to bud down the basement, which is kind of really cool. Fossils, fossil coins, growth hormone. That's it. Is it? Or rooting hormone? What do they call it? So this is a whole strand of these dyed fossil beads. They are 16 millimeter coins. Let's ask, is Andrew teaching his enamel class in October? Where is Andrew teaching his enamel class? Slide decal class. Where will it be? The name of the craft school. Len got it at Peters Valley. All right. So Len gets that one. And let me see what we got here. Let's do one more. Okay. This stone pendant. Beautiful stone pendant. Already wire wrapped for you too, if you want to. Uh-oh. My connection cutting out on your end? It's getting fuzzy on mine. Hopefully I'm still here. Am I still here? All right. Let's see. In and out, fuzzy. Oh no. Okay. Then we'll do one more here. Let's see. What can I ask? Oh, I worked on 2 different things in my pottery class that I posted about today. Name that I worked on in my pottery class. Andrew says, I'm thinking about raising a vessel and enameling it, or maybe a trinket box. Now his comments are Kimberly says, pendants and bowls, dishes. You got it. You got them both. That is yours, Kimberly. Thank you. All right. And that, our friends, is the show for tonight. It looks like just in time because everything's going fuzzy. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you. Please send us an email to purchase. And if you have any other questions as well. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I would say a little bit longer in chat, but it looks like we're getting fuzzy. So thank you so much. A great, great evening, and we'll see you back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time from the shop. All right? Well, but we should see you then. And remember, Andrew's art release is happening tomorrow. And also, I'm hoping to get the acrylic items on the online store end. So stay tuned for all of that. But you can claim the acrylic things if you rewatch yesterday's live on YouTube before anybody else. All right? Have a great one.